Yes, YouTube, Danester83, back again. Fuck's sake, I need to start doing the video. Sorry, my phone's going. What do you mean we're getting rid of the numbers at the end? It's always been Danester83. What do you mean everyone keeps getting it wrong? They don't keep no one gets it wrong. Yeah, Eddie and Stu, they're fucking different. They don't understand numbers. But I'm gonna have to change the fucking logo, the banner. I've got signs, everything. We've always been. You know what? Fuck it. Just cut the intro. So, sorry about that, guys. Yes, it's Danester, apparently. Back again. I'll get yourself a cup of tea for this one because it's going to be a fucking long one. I'll tell you now. Sorry about the sweat. No, I'm not. I don't even care. Let's have a look around what we've got. We've got car boot fines. Some through the post. A couple of things through the post. Some CEX. And a couple of Facebook Marketplace pickups. As well as a gift. Kind of a gift. Bit of a trade. So, as I say, I'll try not to waffle too much because this is going to be long. I mean, Mark, Burnt Out Culture, this might take you a week to watch. So, what should we start with? We'll start with the boot sales. There is some other boot sale stuff, but it's in my car, and I've only just decided to record this video, so that's it. I'm committed. Whatever's in the fucking room's in the room. It's only 3 board games, I think. No, one's actually like a 1970s kids clay pottery wheel, and the other one's 2 board games. One called Tycoon, I've never heard of. It was quite quiet the last couple of weeks at the booters. Me and Liam only got a few bits. A lot of the stuff's gone to CEX / cash converter generator, whatever it is, because I found they're a little bit less fussy than cash converters. And I actually had a game in I wanted, so sorry, they're a little less fussy than CEX, and they had a game in I wanted, so I took the stuff that CEX rejected to them, and they gave me cash, and I bought this game with it. But this one's going to be for the toy fairs to sell at the toy fairs. I don't know much about Scale Electric, but I do know Ford Cosworth's quite a collectible item. I paid £5 for this one. There was another one in the same room, and the guy wanted 15 quid for that, so I thought for a £5, if I could sell it for 15, it's 10 a bed for me. So that was that. Let's say the other stuff was mainly controllers. Oh, there was this controller that I've kept. I had to do a bit of work on it. Basically, one of the sticks was knackered. It kept just registering everywhere, but I've got a box full because I bought a job lot off eBay last year of faulty Xbox One controllers, and I got like 2 or 3 working out of them, traded them in. But I kept the parts, and I took them apart and then put the 2, because the stick motherboard is separate to the actual buttons motherboard, if that makes sense. So it took me a long time, but I got it working, so I shall keep that one for myself. I only paid a £5 for it. So that was a good pickup. That was from the same boot I got the car from. I'm trying to think. Oh, that was the week Rob and Stu were selling, man. I had one right on me. Because it was just like proper dead and I wasn't picking anything up. So I left the booter at, well, I think it was 6 o'clock. I left the booter and went to another one. And I did a little bit better there, but it was mainly just stuff that I traded in. So, on to this week's booter. Again, it was quiet. I picked up the 3 board games that I've mentioned. One was Game of Life, the other one actually. And I picked up a pile of PS2, £1 each. All from the same guy. It's he's like house clearance. And he has new stuff more or less every week. He turns up with 2 big massive vans. And it's always, you have to rummage, but I found a box for the PS2 and I just went through and got the best titles. There's a couple in here that actually go in my own collection because I haven't got this variant of it. Resident Evil 4, which obviously I have got. I haven't got the slip sleeve version of Tomb Raider Legend. So this was actually 20 quid. Where did I buy it from? Can't tell. Looks like HMV sticker. Let's see if I can get it off. But yeah, Tomb Raider Legend. Just some Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Vice City. These are all decent sellers at the event, so for £1 each. Grand Theft Auto 3. Resident Evil Outbreak. Now I'm pretty sure mine's not got the manual and this is, so I'll be swapping that out and then selling mine. Outbreak File 2. And I just took a punt on this one because it's not one of the more common Star Wars games, and that's Star Wars Bounty Hunter. So they were £1 each. That was what, £8. Whereas say it was proper struggle. I don't know if it's because the weather wasn't great, so the actual genuine sellers aren't coming out. So boot sales quiet. I'll give it another whirl this week if the weather's all right. But I'm not promising anything. So I got a little bit itchy and started looking on Facebook Marketplace. I ordered a couple of things through the post as well, and I obviously used my CEX credit. So what I'll do is I'll do through the post first, because it's not, well, it is gaming related, but it's not a game or anything. You may have seen Royal Mail are doing these game based stamps at the moment. Let's have a look so I can read it. You got, see, I'm looking at it the opposite way. So you got Dizzy, Populous, Wipeout, Micro Machines, Sensible Soccer, Lemmings, Elite and Worms. They're not exactly straight, man, and it's stressing my OCD, so I'm going to have to get into them. Sad little fact, I used to collect stamps when I was really, really young, because my mum used to collect them, obviously, in her youth, and I found her stamp collection. And I kind of carried it on for a while, only until, like, I weren't even a teenager when I'd stopped doing it, but I was part of, was it the Bridgnorth and Staffordshire Stamp Club? And they used to send me stamps every month, basically, in the, like a random bunch of stamps in the post, and I used to have a stamp album. So there you go. I'm not just a nerdy gamer, I'm just nerdy in general. So there was them ones. This is actually the £15 press pack, I think it's called, or presentation pack. You actually get some Tomb Raider ones as well. Obviously I won't be using these to post anything. You got from the original Tomb Raider, The Adventures of Lara Croft. Which one's that? Is that Tomb Raider 3, is it, or one of them? Then you got Chronicles, and then you've got Tomb Raider the 2013, obviously redo up or whatever it was. I've not played any of the modern ones, which is odd because I spent hours playing the first two Tomb Raiders back on the PlayStation 1. So yeah, I ordered them through the post, which I'd said I was going to get them when they got released anyway. So yeah, if you want to get these, just go on the Royal Mail, order them, and say £15 for that pack, you know. Not massively expensive, you know. And the other thing I ordered is a new game which everyone seems to be getting on the old tubes, and it's Xenocrisis or Xenocrisis. I don't know how you bloody say it. But I've seen a few people playing the gameplay. Obviously, Pete on a Retro Tips, one of the lads who's been playing it. I think David, he doesn't use his last name anymore just because as David plays retro games badly or something. He's put up a copy, and I'm confident I'll be better than Dave. That's all I'm saying. But it's nice. You've obviously got fucking art card thing, manual, cartridge. It's all really well done. I think these cost me £55, but I don't really pay full price for games anymore, especially like even modern games. Like, you know, I usually use CEX credit, so I'll treat myself to that. Mainly because it was money I would have spent at the booth that I didn't spend because there was fuck all there. So that was that. What I'm probably going to do is section things up. So now we'll do a little bit of CEX.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
This is the CEX section, which obviously I'll have just said in the last bit, and hopefully not repeating myself too much. So I used up my last bit of credit that I've got. Done a little bit of CEX roulette, as we call it. First two games are modern. They're all, and this one's all complete. It's the Retro Collector Edition of Toki, which I remember Cyber Snake 7, who's recently returned to the tubes. Welcome back, Jay. Picking this up when it first came out. I think it's down to about £20 now. I know it's much cheaper on the Play Store, but I don't like digital games. I really don't. I like to physically own them. So it's got everything in there, all the extra bits, all the art cards, everything. It's all complete. Looks like it's probably only been put together once and then put away, which is probably one more time than I'm going to put it together, to be honest. But it's nice. It'll go up there with my Switch stuff. Again, oh fuck me, Mike. I'm going to have to get used to that, you know. It's only the fucking third time I've used it. Again, other YouTubers recommended this one. Eddie was the last person who picked it up. It's Bloodstained on the PS4. Very much in Castlevania style it looks. So, again, it might get put on at the weekend. So, it'll go up there with my collection of other stuff that sits on the shelf and I have to pay. And here's where I had the files, because I picked up Mega Drive games and I've gone for box and they've all come without the manuals. But they all are games that I've previously ordered that have come in utter awful condition, and these aren't in awful condition, so I'm going to hold on to them till I get some more credit. Buy the games again and then I'll probably sell these. I'm not going to lose out. Right. Here's a fucking name I gotta pronounce. Philios, I'm guessing. I'm not going to open them up. The carts are all sound. There's no manual. Bearded Manchild picked this up, I think, with a manual from CEX a while ago. Jammy bastard. This one I ordered last time and some fucker had put his cup of tea all over it. But this one's actually in decent condition. Streets of Rage 3. As we know, it's not a cheap game. I think it was £85 for the boxed, which I've not paid 85 quid. I mean, God, if this probably owes me £20-30, that's max. That's why I did the CEX flipping. And Splatterhouse 2, the last one that I got, which you can't really tell the difference because of the flipping glare. It was really sun faded there. So again, it's just cart in there, no manual. But at least I won't have to be putting any baggies with it. And then, as I said, I took some stuff to CEX. They accepted some, they didn't accept some. They seem to be massively over fussy now in the one that used to take anything. So they've either got bollocked for taking everything, or it's because it's January and they don't want to bring so much stock in because they want to be selling. I don't know. I get that impression. Like, you know, slightly sticky flipping button on a PlayStation 2 pad, which I couldn't even tell the difference in myself. So I just took it back home and cleaned it with alcohol, and now they should accept it if I take it back. So anyway, I took the rest of my stuff into Cash Converters. I think it is Cash Converters, the one in Stourbridge, which I've never fucking traded in at Cash Converters before. But what they did do is they price matched whatever CEX would give me plus £1. So only the cash, they wouldn't match the voucher, they'd match the cash. So they got this game in the window, and I said, well, I'll trade in this and then I'll buy this game off you and then I'll have the rest in cash. So I think I had about 32 quid back off them in cash, and I paid $27.99 for Starblade Alpha. The case is scratched up, but it's not cracked, if you know what I mean. I think if I give it a good clean and a buffer, it'll be alright. I mean, it's complete with manual and disc and box. Everything's there. And CEX haven't actually got this in. It's out of stock at the moment. They sell it for £30 box. So I've saved, what, £2, plus I've took a load of stuff that CEX wouldn't take off me to them. So that seemed to work out really well, really. And then the next things, this is going to be a little treat for you all now if you've watched this far. I don't like saying rare systems. They're not rare systems, but they're hard to come by systems for sure. Like, you know, you don't see it. You know, they're not your Mega Drives that's 10 a penny, or your blooming, you know, PlayStations 10 a penny. These are systems that definitely don't pop up at all. So they're both off Facebook Marketplace. There's 2 consoles and some games off the one bundle, and the one's just a home computer. I did a bit of, I'm not saying lowballing, but I did sit on the deal. Not the one deal. The one deal agreed straight away, but the other deal I sat on for like 4 weeks because I wasn't prepared to commit, because he couldn't tell me if they were working because he couldn't test them, which when you see the systems you'll understand why. But this first system I literally snapped up in the first 20 minutes. It's a home computer. It needs a massive clean up, mainly due to the age. It is slightly yellowed a bit, so I'll be retro brightening it when I get a chance. And you're all thinking it's an Amiga, but it's not. It's a Commodore 128, which it's talking to Stu. We believe it's 2 Commodore 64s put together. Now, I did see it turned on, but he couldn't hook it up to the telly, so that's something I need to do. But yeah, I'll pick that up. This'll, you know, I don't collect home computers, but I know enough about them, especially these sort, to know that I can make some money on it to buy stuff I want. So this will be for sale when I go. This will probably be at Revival, because it'll be a better seller at Revival. Obviously, it come with its massive power supply. You know, that is heavy. A couple of ugly looking joysticks. I don't think either of these, they got a nice smell of fag to them as well, so they'll definitely all have to have a clean. Lucky it was fag in it, you know, it could have been something worse. I'm putting my nose next to it. A modem for the Commodore. I'm assuming, looking at the fitting, it might fit 64s and obviously the 128. What you need a modem for, I do not know. It's still hooked up to a phone line, that's for sure. Token tape player. In fact, there's two. There's one boxed. As you know, everyone needed two because one of them was guaranteed to break. In fact, I remember my brother having three with his Commodore 64. And then there's just the, obviously, the RF cable and the monitor, if you had a monitor cable, and there's the instruction book. So yeah, I'll pick that up. That was literally only on Marketplace. Yeah, look, whenever you pick anything up from Marketplace, you always get a bag for life as well. That seems to be the standard. Although I did get a Selco bag with that next pickup. But yeah, like, in fact, I saw people in one of, I don't know if it was Retro Tech 100, saying they can't get nothing on Facebook Marketplace because everyone's got ads on there. I personally don't have ads on there, but I know people will do, and it is frustrating, but you know, there's nothing stopping anyone else doing an ad either if you want to. And sometimes you just got to be lucky I was on there at the right time to know what that is, what it's worth, and to pick it up. Whereas this next bunch had been on there for months. No, it's been on there for about 6 weeks, I reckon. And I made an offer when he first come on. And I asked the guy, I said, well, have you tested it? He said, no, because I've not got the correct power supplies to him. So straight away, I'm like, well, I'm not buying them for full price what you want for them if you've not tested them. And the one system, he's not even got a game to test, so he can't even test it. And he wanted 150 for the one system and 120 for the other system with the games. And I got it all for 100 quid, so I knocked 170 quid off him. These are not for resale though. I am actually going to keep these and put them in my own collection because they are two systems that are nice. So I'll show you the first one. Here's a little clue. I don't think it's the actual system it come in, but obviously it's Japanese. It's got Japanese writing on it. This isn't Japanese, luckily. It come with you got a Club Nintendo magazine, issue 2, volume 4 from 1992. Which again, I'll be keeping that for myself. I don't want to show the carts yet. And first off, we have a Japanese Nintendo 64. Comes with Japanese power supply, Japanese well, it's not Japanese, it's just standard Nintendo composite cable, so I can keep that and use that. And I've actually done a bit of research, and I can use a UK power supply straight to this, because although the Japanese one only has 100 volts going and ours has 240, the transformer does all the work, so they both have the exact same power output. So if you ever pick up a Japanese console, and I assume the American will be the same, it's alright because it converts down to the right voltage to what you need, or right ampage, whatever it is. So they are universal to use on all systems, the power supply. So which I'll be doing. Shame it's a plain grey one, and it might even tempt me to get a colour variant to add to the system, because I was never going to collect for the N64 again, because I just didn't have no love for it. But I've picked up this little bundle and it's made me think, you know what, I think I will. So it comes with, what are these? Controller packs. I'm assuming they're like memory cards. There's two of these here, both official Nintendo. France World Cup 98. GoldenEye, which is the only game I really have nostalgia for on the N64. Pilot Wing 64. Now, this looks like Diddy Kong Racing, but I'm a little bit confused because it looks like he's in boats. Was he in boats in Diddy Kong Racing? He was he? I think it's definitely Diddy Kong Racing. It's just the cover art looks different to obviously what the Power Rages are. Now the other games, he showed them all unboxed, so I was pleasantly surprised when they come with box. This as well is like the instructions for GoldenEye, which is no use to me because it's all in Japanese. But this is a game I had nostalgia for, and I don't even know if I've got it on the PS1, but if I haven't, I've got to get it because me and my brother were massively competitive at this game. And that's Nagano Winter Olympics. Now I remember there's one where you've got to go up a ramp and do like stunts as you flip on stilts, and I remember like the button combos for that were brilliant. So again, it's gave me a little bit of nostalgia for games I played a long time ago. Wave Race 64. These boxes are massive compared to ours as well. The Japanese are normally the opposite way round. This one I haven't got a Scooby-Doo what it's called, but it's got its own memory card inside. It's a baseball game, obviously. I'm hoping it's quite simple, but it looks like it might be like a manager game sort of thing as well. So I don't know, but it's got its own memory card, so there might be something on there. Super Mario 64. Again, all boxed complete. Otherwise it wouldn't be complete if you didn't have the box and or manual and or card. And F-Zero X, which I do like the art on this one. So yes, that's the first. Oh, hang on, because it come with some controllers as well. When I say some, it come with 4, which again are all universal. So you got a red, standard grey. All the sticks are really good as well, which anyone who buys N64 pads knows that is the problem usually. Blue one, again, nice stick. And then this like transparent orange one. So 4 controllers. I mean, what? I can get 15 quid each for these 4 and sell it. So, you know, we're already doing well for our 100 quid. But then there's this system. Now this system was the main tempter for me because as you all know, if you watch the channel, I did fall in love with the original. And then when I saw this was in the bundle, I thought, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's add it to the collection and let's hope it works. And that is the Sharp Twin Famicom, which, if you don't know, it plays the disc games and the cartridge games. It's got slightly longer control cables as well. This has got turbo ones, I believe. So yeah, so I've ordered the correct power supply for this after speaking to my mate Ant Harper, asking which power supply to get because he's got one. And it's fingers crossed it works. I do know the disc systems sometimes have problems. But again, I was willing to take a gamble on that whole bundle for £100. Because worst case scenario, if the 2 systems didn't work, I could sell the games, I could sell the controllers, and I could get my money back. But for those of you, there is stuff on Facebook Marketplace. You just have to be lucky. So, those are my pickups. Again, something else added to the collection. We're adding a lot of stuff to the collection lately. I will be moving shelves around. The display behind me will be changing. And we're going to have a little jump cut because I need to go and fetch something, because the next thing we're going to do is one is a gift / trade, and I'm going to do some shout outs. Well done, you're in the final stretch. This is the final bit now where I'm just going to talk about something and then I'm going to do a couple of shout outs and then we're done, and I promise I'll try not to make another video this long again and keep you all interested with little shorter ones. So as you might know, Mr. Cojonesdeloro 2.0. See, he's had added bloody numbers to his name and no one moans. I've had numbers in my name and everyone gets them fucking wrong. Well, we've not anymore. It's just Danester. He's doing what they call now, Game Boy macros they call them, or DS macros. Either way, he modifies a DS Lite, so it's just the Game Boy player. And I had some DSs that CEX wouldn't take because either they ain't got no serial number or the hinges was knackered. So I sent Daz a couple up. I sent Retro Bear one that had no serial number, and it was a little bit scuffed on the hinges, and I knew he hadn't got one. So rather than me just binning them like I've done in the past, I thought someone else might as well use them. So obviously I sent Retro Bear one, as you might have seen in his video, And I sent these up to Daz, and Daz said, do you want me to make you a macro in return? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So obviously I sent them up to Daz, and literally within probably a week he'd done mine and sent it back. And what he does, he did say it's not blooming vacuum moulding. He's got the moulds, and he moulds the cut fronts to obviously, so they're nice, so they're not how the hinges were and stuff like that. And I got to pick my own colour now. I like green and black, very garish green as well. So I got Daz to do me this one in green and black, and it contrasts quite well. I don't know if he does. I must say, I did think there might be a novelty thing, but having played Game Boy Advance games on a DS before, this is much more comfortable. It's almost like having a Game Boy Advance slimmed down, you know, with obviously the backlight. The buttons are much more easier to access without the top screen, etc. Because I think the top screen's pretty much dead when you're playing Game Boy Advance games on a DS Lite anyway. And I don't know if he does something with the sound, or if it's because that screen's not there, or he's brought the mic down from up there, because I think the mic at either side of the screens or something. It sounds much louder. Let me just see if... there you go. This is some dodgy Pokemon game that I got off Liam. So as you can see, you can... If I put it nearer the mic, you'll probably hear the sound really well on it. But yeah, it just feels better in the hand. Let me turn it off because I'll do me head in. I've tried my other games like Mario Kart and stuff like that. It is just comfortable to hold as like a sync. Whereas like when you got the other screen, you seem to hold it at a different angle. I don't know. It just feels comfortable. And Daz is selling these on his eBay store. I'll get the link off Daz so I can put it in below if anyone wants to buy one off him. And I've also told him if he wants to bring some to events, he can put them on my store. So if you see me at the events, I might have a couple there if you want to buy them off him, or if you want to put in a specific order. I'm pretty sure he'll be okay with that as well, like, because he does do other colour schemes. I just went for the garish green, which I don't know if you can see that well with my light. It is like a bright neon-y green with black, which was the colour I wanted. So again, Daz, I've already thanked you obviously in private, but I appreciate that. It's a cool little item, and it'll go up with my handhelds up on the shelf there, which is where it was just, so I had to remember to get it down. You won't see it previously in the video. I had to remember to get it down before I shot this video. The only thing I did between that jump cut was tidy all the shit away though. Because what I do is I like stack stuff either side of the chair when I'm doing a pickups video, and then I can't move. So that is everything pickups wide added to the collection, and as is carrying on the trend on this channel, we are going to have a couple of shout outs again this week. One Retro Bear has recently given a shout out to. Both these lads are just under 100 subs, so it'd be great if we could push them over that 100 sub mark. So I remember how much it meant to me when I went over 100. You know, I'm only just over 300 now, but it is like quite a nice big deal. I mean, Big Al's making his way up there now as well. So the first one, let's get this right, because he's got numbers in the end. It'll be down the bottom here as well, because I'm pretty nifty with this editing. Well, it's not really fucking editing, it's added effects. And that's Carl's Room 70. He does a lot of pickups. What did he pick up? I watched his recent pickup video. Was that I think that was mainly PS2. He's got a massive PS. Like, everyone seems to have a huge PS2 collection now in their video. Like, I think Al's moved his around and you can see all PS2. My PS2's down there. I don't know, I'm a bit of a snob. I like proper retro. That's what you can see in mine, and I hide that away. But he's got a huge PS2 collection as Carl. Really nice guy. He looks to be attending the event, so hopefully I'll see him there. But if we can pop over and check out his pickups, you know, they're all pretty much the same as me. They do mainly pickups videos. That's what I like. I like to hear people's stories. So that's Carl's Room 70. And the second guy I'd not heard of before, but apparently he was about on the tubes a few years ago, and he's took quite a long break. Apparently he attended previous Blackpools, and I don't even know how I found him. I randomly stumbled across him and asked Stu, and Stu knew who he was, and he's made a return to the tubes in the last week. He doesn't probably know me. I've only commented on one of his videos, but if you go and sub to him, tell him Danester sent you, and his name's Retro Reclaimer. And again, he's got a nice collection. He's all behind him, a lot more retro than some recently, but he's looking to get back into the community, which is a great thing. This is why I'm doing the shout outs. And I noticed other people have done the shout outs. People like Stu have always done shout outs. Pete Armour does his videos with shout outs. And everyone else seems to be doing shout outs because it's all just a way of linking us all together, you know. We don't like anyone to be an outsider in our community, you know. We've all got our passion for gaming. So that's Retro Reclaimer. He's done a couple of video responses, obviously, to Novabug, so hopefully that will send him some subs. And he's done one to Pete's retro game memory. He's done one to that, so hopefully both these guys, by the time I've sent this video out, will be pretty much close to over 100 subs. So that should bring us to the end of this video nicely. I'm Danester, no longer 83, just Danester. As always, if you like my content, comment below. You'll see that I always try and get back to everyone within a day or so. Like if you like it, subscribe if you want to. You know, I cure insomnia apparently, so let's do that. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Ta-ra.